You can hit 6 minutes at about, or level 6 at 4.5 minutes, but he's going to be able to catch up now and farm whatever items his team needs.
Yeah, especially on Dire's side. If Enigma is just left completely unchecked to his own devices, he should be able to farm at the same rate as the mid laners, if not a little bit faster, depending on how many rotations come towards the mid lane. So, all things considered, Z-Freak handling himself very well here. Level 5 has the Soul Ring and a smoke, so he'll be ready to rotate as soon as he gets that black hole and look to find a kill somewhere.
Ohio TPing in the mid lane to sap his fast level 6. They'll go for a smoke on Mushi as well as Crystal Maiden. And 2 points in aura here, so a normal Crystal Maiden. Are they trying to get another kill on the Razor? This would be really big. They're ganking so much better than Complexity is this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They are holding on, Complexity holding on to a very minor gold edge, but you'd expect it to be a lot more when you have a dedicated jungler. Yep, snowball forward, KYXY, queues up the call down, will connect on both. Ooh. Both will hit. But Ziz taking all that damage, just a few more whips. Oh, they're too slow. They can't do it. CM's here. Maybe they can turn. Frostbite now right into the rocket barrage. Mushi will finish him off with a breathe fire. Moon Meander on the run. Mushi looking for the dragon tail. Can he close the gap?
He's thinking about, he gets caught.
The gap has been closed.
Snowball.
Oh, can they turn this under the tower? Moon with limited options here. He does have a walrus punch. There it is. But Mushi just a bit too tanky as that Dragon Knight. And they'll get a few kills out of it. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Johnny and Fly going blow for blow. Fly on the run. Will the Naga be able to slither away back to safety? It looks like it. The stick charge is just barely enough. He's got a couple zombies left, but he'll turn, finish them off, and he will live.
Yeah, Johnny maybe could have chased that and gone for the last decay, but it was so dangerous. And as soon as he backed off, Fly easily survives. If he would have gone for that kill, he may have ended up feeding one, and probably not worth it in the end. So, very wisely, Z-Freak shifting out of the jungle now. They're going to try to pressure the top tower because there's so much stuff going on bottom. He doesn't need to AFK farm right now. He needs to push the lane while farming. So, very important that he does this.
Yeah. So, who's going for the mech here? I don't see much mech progression on either side quite yet. 8 minutes in. This is around the time when Enigma, having a good time in the jungle, should be able to be either completing the mech or just on the verge of grabbing it. They will, however, group up and push the tier 1 in the top lane with Black Hole at the ready. And here comes Fnatic. They want to defend. Mushi does not have Elder Dragon form, but he's got the Invis rune on. They don't see it. They go right for Z-Freak Dragon Tail to get things started. Johnny comes in. There's your tombstone. But Black Hole on 3. Z-Freak taking a lot of damage, but doing a lot in return. Unfortunately for Complexity, they just don't have the damage. It's a 2-0 in favor of Fnatic.
They do get the tower, though. Enigma getting the last hit on that. That's almost worth it. And they defend their own. So it's very close to being worth it. If Ziz would have been able to escape there without getting caught, they would have been absolutely fine, but he went for the tombstone and their damage was gone and he needed it just back. He might have just been committed to getting slowed and there was no survival for him, so they just lost their damage. Maybe the mistake there was Swindle Melons TP'd out within vision range, and because of that, Fnatic immediately went top to defend because they knew they could get the swing. So maybe you could criticize them for that. It gave too much information.
Yeah, now they will pressure the tier 1 up top. Looks like Complexity will just let it fall. They glyph it, but it will be a tower for tower exchange. Though right there, Complexity down in the bottom lane. They make it a 2-for-1 around the map with superior positioning. Very nicely played there, and they're already pressuring the tier 1 here in the mid lane. Naga Illusions will intercept the creep wave, and they'll do what little damage they can before Fnatic react.
They're actually just fully split pushing them right now. They're playing really well. Stampede?
Used very defensively here. Ohio thinking that he was in danger. We'll just use it to make sure he doesn't get caught out.
He was actually completely fine, but I don't know if they sensed the rotation. They thought the rotation from mid would have been there or not.
Well, they're just lacking on vision right now, so you can kind of understand why he was nervous. They've got
like they're there.
They're somewhere in this general vicinity. They've got this ward here that gave them that little bit of intel to know that there are people nearby. Snowball mid. Yep, on to Ketchy Kimba.
Needs one more hit.
Will he get it? Oh, the Frostbite's there. He punches him. All right, there's the kill. Now they'll just go for this tombstone as well as the tier 1 tower. Though up top, some split pushing from Fnatic. Looks like Mushi and KYXY will secure this tier 2.
Actually, I do kind of like the mirror image to kill zombies because it's just more things that can take zombies and kill them. That's kind of cool. Yeah, extra attack points, basically. Mid tower looks like it's going to go down afterwards. They did lose their tier 2 top. Mushi TPing back. He's still got a lot of dragon form. This is looking scary for Complexity. Oh, great stun on top of Swindle Melons. Fly's thinking about ulting, but he's holding it together.
Swindle does have an ulti here as well. He could connect on all 3 if they want to burn it. There's the call down. Connects on 2, and good call to use the song for this one. I think Swindle's just going to TP home. Fly does not have a TP, but should still be able to make it out.
Oh, Enigma gets a kill on Centaur? What?
Okay, well that was...
I guess so, with Moon Meander's help. Yeah, it looks like they did a full combo. He didn't black hole that or anything.
No, it's still on cooldown from before, so...
Alright, so level 8 now on Z-Freak. He's got 1,800 gold. Does he go for the blink? Does he go for the mech?
Oh, Midas Veno.
Does
I
Razor
like
make
this
the
from
mech?
Swindle.
He's got an item coming. Gem on fly. What an early gem.
11 minutes in. Yeah, no detection. They just, or pardon me, no Invis Heroes. All they want is map control right now.
And I like Mushi's plan here. He says, we're having trouble defending split push. We're ahead, but we're still getting towers killed. I need a catch item, and it's going to be a blink dagger. So he's going to be able to just jump on the heroes he needs to go on and kill them right away. And the hero that he probably is going to want to kill at the start of the fights is going to be either Veno or Enigma.
Yep.
Maybe even Naga Siren to prevent the song.
Yeah, the Enigma definitely that likely candidate, though. Mech may be the choice. Oh, yep, here it is. It's going on Z-Freak. He's got the 2 core pieces and just about 50 gold away from the recipe. So still a great mech timing despite that slow start.
So what does Ziz build? Probably BKB Rush, I think. There's a lot of magic damage on the enemy team.
Yeah.
Or SNY is usually the other alternate to a mech. They're smoking around mid. Look, they're headed for the jungle, though. Look, they know exactly where Swindle Melons is. There's literally a ward right there. And that is going to be an easy kill.
Poor Swindle. Yep. He's got this army of wards. They're all blended in with that Observer. And again, the Centaur falls in the bottom lane. The exact same combo. If only we could catch it here, Purge.
We suck. There was probably Snowball into Midnight Pulse. He didn't even use Malefice. Like,
Yep, didn't even use Black Hole.
Makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, Midnight Pulse does a huge amount of pure damage, and Centaur's got a lot of HP, so they're able to reflect a lot. They do de-ward that Observer Ward, or it has died.
That is the perfect hero to keep killing, though. He's got a lot of unreliable gold, of course, pulling towards that Blink Dagger. This is the ideal time to shut him down. Now Ziz dove in the mid lane. Nice ult from Ketchikimba. Ziz almost lives, but just not quite. Walrus punch in, trying to find some more kills, but Moon can't quite do it alone. Z-Freak's here. He's got the Black Hole at the ready, but only Brown Boots.
Shards.
KYXY locked out again. Moon Meander finding the Ice Shards to make this happen. A 1-for-1 now, and it's Complexity on the aggressive. Johnny moves into the Flesh Golem. Ice Shards again, but don't quite block him out. Now the Snowball in. Fly trying to get in place for the Ensnare. Johnny actually turns to put on those boxing gloves, and it'll cost him his life. He uses the Soul Rip, but just buys him a little bit of time. The rest of Complexity will converge. Swindle's there with the Venomous Gale to ensure that they get this kill. A 2-for-1 as Complexity turn it around.
Man, this early gem on Fly is doing so much work. I was curious how that Observer died. If you have a gem on an illusion, they also can see the wards. So he just manta splits or mirror images and sends his illusions across the map and checks all the spots. And he's killed all the Observer wards that Fnatic has. And you saw from last game how Observer ward and vision, how much vision they want to play with.
This is Fnatic's vision right now. They've got nothing.
And that just makes it so much harder to avoid ganks, and it's so much easier for Complexity to farm everywhere. The style they want to do, map control and to farm everything. Yeah, you'll lose somebody eventually due to smoke ganks, but everybody else is farming at the same time, so you don't lose that much advantage.
Yep. Complexity still kind of grouped up in the mid here. As long as they have this Black Hole available, they'll be looking to take a fight or at least be open to the idea of it. Grouped up as 5 once more. Mech cooled down at the ready as Tier 2 Tower will be under siege.
And it looks like they're doing the old wraparound. The full wraparound, actually.
Oh,
they're anticipating it from the left, so if they go all the way from the back, I mean, there's Plague Wards up, but the smoke's obviously going to help with that.
Yep, Plague Ward's down. This is Complexity's vision right now, folks. They'll see it right away, though. Mushi blinks in, goes right onto Z-Freak with the Dragon Tail. Tombstone comes down, but Song of the Siren resets. Call down doing a lot of damage, forces Z-Freak to mech, but now they'll set up the Midnight Pulse. Black Hole should be on 2. That's right, Johnny and Mushi in a lot of trouble. Poison Nova to boot. Z-Freak dies first, but sets it up for his team to clean house.
Oh, they're
or do they? The ultimate from Ketchikimba does a lot of damage, but the Poison Nova just brings them all too low. Complexity take heavy casualties, but they will just barely take the fight. Johnny lives.
He's got an urn. He's fine now.
Yep. Okay.
Maybe. Oh, is he not paying attention? Ooh, 7 HP.
Ooh. Okay. So 4 for 4. I thought that fight would go well for Complexity, but in the end, it's a break even.
It was a rough start. The call down hit everybody. They were forced to mech just to put them from like 30% HP to 50%. And the Black Hole is obviously great, but the opposite would have been awesome. If they were able to initiate like that before the call down happened, they would have been absolutely fine. But the CM's positioning was just amazing there. And the only reason they lost that fight was because the Veno ult was level 2 and it did so much damage. And that's one of the value out of the Midas, is that if you get an Ags on Veno, it gives you an extra level of Aghanims, basically. But by buying the Midas, he gets farm, and he guaranteed that level 2 that did a huge amount of damage. 58 times 14. That's a massive amount of magic damage early on in this game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And there's still no BKBs on the side of Fnatic, and none really that close. Mushi now has an Ogre Club, but no other pieces. KYXY went for the San. She's going to go S and Y instead of a BKB rush. So that Poison Nova will do a hell of a lot of damage, as we saw in that last fight. Centaur does secure his Blink Dagger, though, during the aftermath. So that's a big pickup for Fnatic. And Swindle will go for the Aghanim Scepter. Point booster now with another 1,000 gold in the bank.
Ooh, I like what Ohio did here. He bought the Blink Dagger, and then he's like, oh, I can farm this creep wave. So he sells it back. That way his opponents don't see it. And then he goes back to purchase it again. Small little smart thing. But it's really good he has this. If you thought about how the last fight started, it was Dragonite blinking in first, stunning, and then he kind of had to back off because he got sapped. But if you have a Centaur with a blink as well, you can very seriously kill somebody, and preferably for them, the Naga Siren.
Yeah, that's a great point. Midnight Pulse comes down to try and delay the push at this Tier 1 tower bottom. Fnatic have 4. There's Ohio just hanging out in the mid lane, perhaps trying to set up onto Swindle, but won't be the easiest kill. Now Fnatic will just back
TP's
out.
come.
They force out a glyph, and
Dragonite's still TPing. There he goes.
Where are the? Oh, okay, going on to the Swindle. There we go. So they'll finish off the Venomancer.
Got his ult off.
Yeah, but they don't finish off that Tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Is there?
I think he kills Centaur here, definitely. Centaur's dead. Mushi.
Is he actually?
He's got to bottle it right.
Oh, I think he's okay.
Okay,
right,
the bottle saves
helps.
him. Nicely done. They
Very
both got
nice.
quite low, though.
Yep, still continuing to show off the power of the Venomancer. Now the second Midas for complexity. Ziz picks it up.
Okay. You know what? I like that a lot because he's really far behind this game. He's died a lot. He's tanked a lot of ganks. And he's not going mech, so that's not the obvious build. And a lot of times when they play tanky heroes like Razor or Viper, Razor can obviously farm better than Viper, but usually, sometimes they build the Midas immediately after the mech. That way they can guarantee their late game farm a bit better. And considering that they do play this playstyle where they farm super late, and they can definitely stop fights and stop pushes with Gem and Naga Siren, might as well aim for the bigger late game items, because all he's got to do is outcarry a gyro, and it's hard to do that with just the base items on Razor, especially when you're this far behind. So I think this is a good choice.
Sea Freak also holding on to a lot of gold. He's got about 2,800 right now, just brown boots mech. We'll see if he goes BK.